Hey everybody, welcome back. So this week I have two assignments that I need to do videos for, so I will do this video and a separate video for the other app that I've been working on. This one is a new app and the other one is a continuation of the music app. So for the new app, there were some requirements I had to do. So I had to add sounds to an existing app or create a new one. The app has to have a clear purpose. I have to add one or more background sounds. I have to add one or more sound effects. And the user experience needs to be improved by the sounds so that it makes sense for the app. It's not just, throwing sounds in there, just for the sake of having them. So what I thought I'd do this time was a guided meditation. So in this app, you take your gratitudes, you list them out that are personal to you. Same thing for your affirmations. And then there's a place for a wild card. So it's kind of like something that's a little bit more fantastical or something that you're hoping for, but, might be, kind of a reach. But for the user interface right at the moment, it's very simple. It's just some text boxes. You have a start meditation button, a pause button, a stop meditation button. I had to add a dismiss keyboard button because when I initially started working on this, the keyboard actually covered up the lower half of the app. So that was important to make sure that all of the functionality was present. And occasionally I had some issues with the voice, not activating, or the meditation would start, but it didn't have voice. But because I wasn't sure whether the voice was missing, I wanted to make sure that it was part of the code that was, giving me problems, but not the actual text-to-speech. That wasn't the text-to-speech library. And then I added this in, but it's not really functional at the moment. So there's a section for the default voice, and then a selection for male and female. Now, what I found in doing this was that the default, there is no other option unless you go to something else. For example, if I'm using the web version of this, the Expo has a default male voice. If I use this on iOS, it has a default female voice, and there is no switch between them. So I'm going to have to use a different library or some other method in order to change the default voice, and that's fine. It's not that important for now. It was something I was testing out, and I learned something in the process of this. There's also a music control, so when you open the app, it automatically starts the background music. If for some reason you don't want to listen to the music, you can turn it off at any point. And then there's a volume button so that you can control how loud or quiet, or you can just turn it all the way to 0 if you want during the experience. And at the moment there's only one selection for background music. I intend on having different selections so that you can do different voices, different sounds, different music, so that it can kind of customize to your experience. So I'll do a quick run through of a demonstration of the app. And as you can see, when you load up the web version of the app, the background music starts. And when I click the start meditation button, that'll start the voice text-to-speech, where it takes my affirmations and starts.
Let's begin your meditation.
The app talking.
First, your gratitudes. I'm grateful for my cat. And then, I'm grateful for my family. Now, your affirmations. My mind and body rest and rejuvenate each night to awaken refreshed each morning. And then, I share happiness and success with everyone from my past, present, and future. And your wild card. I embrace each day with calm confidence and clear focus. Rest in this moment. You're done.
And then I play with the slider button a little bit just to, see, show that the volume of the music can be adjusted. And then if I try doing this in the
This is a
simulated
test.
iOS, it doesn't play anything. It looks like it is, but you don't hear anything.
Let's
So
begin
I
your
ended up doing this on
meditation.
my own phone just to demo it. And you can hear that there's a female default voice.
Let's begin your meditation. First, your gratitudes. I'm grateful for my cat. Now, your affirmations. My skin heals and calms daily. And your wild card. I bend reality. Rest in this moment. You're done. Let's begin your meditation. This is a test.
And through all the testing of this, the one thing that I was very annoyed with initially was that every time I loaded the app, I had to retype in all of my gratitudes, affirmations, and the wild card. So I did put some code in so that it ended up remembering the state from the previous session, and it persists from session to session. And each time you make an edit to it, it remembers the edit, so you don't have to worry about having to type all this stuff in. And at first I was actually doing this for myself, a little self-help app, but then it turned out that this worked out very well for completing my assignments. So I was pretty happy with the result. I think I'm going to keep tinkering with this. You may even see a version of this end up out on the app stores. So stay tuned. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, I'd be really interested to see what you have to say. So anyway, leave a comment below, hit the like button, and I will see you all next time.